So this one's quite an interesting one actually, which is if we take a look at, so let's just set some variables, x equals 10, y equals 20, and then z equals x plus y, and we can sort of like do these comments and stuff as well. We can run our little snippet of code, we can put a comment in here, let's add x and y. For example, we can also put block comments in. So here's a block comment. This is a piece of code. So with this piece of code that we've got here, we've got our comments and so forth, and I was kind of like browsing through other people's code, and so as you can see, my block comment looks like this. This is a piece of code, and here are some lines describing the code. So there we go. And we've got comments here, and then we've got block comments. That's how it's done in Python. In other languages, we've got other versions of it. And here's our regular piece of code. And I just happened to notice something in the middle of someone's piece of code here, which is they put a hash, which is fine. Here is some more text. But actually what they had here, so here is some more text. They had something, they had a hash to do, but not in small case, in uppercase. So to do, and it turned out to be blue in the syntax of it gets highlighted to a blue color in the editor. And I'm like, oh, that's a bit of an interesting one. Is it like some sort of keyword? Is it something special? Why has it been highlighted in blue and like sort of like picked out? And I still like try to do that. To do is in the lowercase. It doesn't work, but if I do a to do, at the minute I try to TOD, but the minute I stick an O at the end, so to do, it gets highlighted in blue. So it's kind of like, okay, I'll go and have a look on Stack Overflow and see what's happening. In fact, I wonder what happens if I put to do here, to do. Again, we see that it gets highlighted in blue. So that's quite interesting. So it's kind of like, I stuck it into, I think I stuck it into Stack Overflow. I Googled it or something, and here's a question. I don't know why this question's been blocked. This question is opinion based. It's not currently accepting answers. That's a bit of an interesting one because it's certainly not. Where does the to-do convention come from? Okay, I'm not sure that's even opinion based actually. I was kind of looking further down at one of the answers, and well, here's a great explanation. And I've not used this before, and I've coded for the last 25 years. But the actual snippet of code as well, if I go back, comes from, I think here it was over there, and this is where I found this to do bit. And if we look at the date of this code, 2007, when it was written, so this has been going around for a long time, like a good 20 and nearly 20 years at least that's been there. So just have a little read here. Programming is a worldwide activity. Let me just zoom in a little bit on that. So I think I Control Plus to zoom in a bit so we can just read it. Programming is worldwide activity. Conventions to help smooth the process of working with people who are not native speakers in another language is worth their weight in gold. And there's a to-do here. There's also a triple X and there's a FIXME, and this person suggests that triple X suggests that there's danger or hazard. FIXME insinuates that something is wrong, and to do explains that there's some shortcoming, something to do, and it actually goes even further. In Spanish, to do means everything, so it can be. Oh, there you go. Someone saying someone says they like it somewhere, and someone else says they don't like it. But nevertheless, like I used to do things like to do. Like in my code, just in general, that's right. I want to do something, so I'll have a to-do list, and but it never got highlighted. So the syntax highlight get picked up. So we don't just have a to do. To do comes like this. To do. We've also got triple X, so that's really useful. And the last one was FIXME. So we use fix doesn't work. And if I put a space in there, it won't work. But the minute I get rid of it, the syntax highlighting of Visual Studio Code has picked up these three. So I'll take them out of here, copy them, and I'll stick them straight into my Fixer. But you can put them anywhere in the code as well. So these are three things that are allowed. They can kind of like go anywhere. So obviously you're not going to have them in the same line of code, but you've got to do an XXX and a FIXME. And the nice thing is that, you know, kind of like if you did have to do's anyway, you could like do a Control F and to do, and it will find all of the to-dos. So kind of like sometimes when you've got like these really long pieces of code that are like 2,000 lines long, but you'll only have one to do in there, or sometimes I wanted to like go and edit something somewhere, and I sort of like I'll lose my position. Imagine that this was like thousands of lines long, and I had some code somewhere down here. Y equals hello world. But imagine it was even longer than that, and I sort of like wanted to find it somewhere. And what I would actually do is write down like line number 83 and go and copy my code or something. But now there's kind of like, you know, an extra little bit. It does have to come after a comment, so it wouldn't work. I don't XXX on its own won't work. That's throwing an error. And if you do XXX equals like 10, for example, now it's now that's a constant in Python. But if you do have the hash in front of it for XXX, you can sort of like go and search for an XXX. Now, there are other ways that you could do that, but there's just three things here that happen to be syntax highlighted. And it's not just for Visual Studio Code, apparently, although I've not tested it, it's for all editors. So I guess I'll just finish on here is a to-do. We've also got a XXX and we've got a FIXME, so some nice little old conventions that we can use for convenience. It's not just in Python and it's not just in VS Code. I think it probably work in the majority of languages. In fact, if you use any of the other languages, I'd be interested. So like in JavaScript, maybe I'll even make a JavaScript file if I have one open somewhere. I've got a whole bunch of Python files there. Okay, that's my Python folder. Here we go. Test node.js. Let's just stick a XXX in there. No, unfortunately, didn't get picked up. Didn't get picked up. And FIXME. So it worked in Python, but didn't work in node.js, at least in the linter. I can try another sort of comment there. Oops, I did it. Start backslash. I meant to do that. That's a comment as well. To do no XXX no and FIXME. Okay, seems like it's at least for now a Python. It works in Python, but it'd be interesting to see any changes there. It'd be interesting to see if it does work in any other languages, like or if it's in other editors as well. This syntax kind of like highlighting of these three key terms, and I don't know if there's more three key terms. I've kind of like pulled out of somebody who's definitely come across this before on Stack Overflow. So someone, and actually that answer, when was that answer written? 2012, so a decade old in itself is the answer. So, and it was edited, well, actually it's only edited quite recently, 2022, so edited last year, but actually made 10 years, the answer was created 10 years prior to that. So those are those three things. It'd be interesting, leave comments in the, or feedback in the comment section down below on the video, because it'll be interesting to see like how else and where else it works, or if you've got other tidbits, because like in 20 odd years of coding I've not actually seen it at least be highlighted, so nothing to be amazed about, but it's something useful for like large blocks of code and where you've got to-dos and things to be fixed. So that's it, to do.